boy Jordan, aka Mr. Pull the Trigger Bang Bang. Please don't forget the bang bang. And I'm back with you. What's up? How you guys doing? This is the third part of the 5-part series of my entrepreneurial journey. If you haven't tuned in to part 1 or part 2, as you can see right here playing in the background, go back and tune in, because I'm not going to recap what happened in those videos. So if you're confused on how I got here, go back and tune in to part 1 and part 2 and catch up. But this is part 3 of Jordan's entrepreneurial journey, and I'm just going to continue where I left off. So as you guys know, I'm at Walmart, right? I got introduced to a couple friends of mine, still friends of mine to this day, Vince and James, and they showed me Amazon FBA and eBay. And as you guys know now, I'm still in Amazon to this day. But let me take you back to where I started, right? Because like I said, some people see the sales and they see, you know, over $200,000 in sales, and they're like, how do I get there? Well, I just want you guys to know that I did not start there, and that's why I'm doing these videos. I didn't start where I'm at and where you guys are meeting me today high, but I started somewhere just like everybody else, right? Don't compare your chapter 1 to everybody's chapter 20, right? So I'm just taking you through my chapters and my journey. But so I'm at Walmart, and I've just learned about this Amazon thing, right? Vince has showed me that. He's introduced me to some videos from a gentleman by the name of Chaz, and I'm learning. Right, I'm learning Amazon, and I'm doing my research, and I'm learning how it works and what to do and what not to do, and that's what I'm doing. I spend time in that. And then one day Vince invites me out. He's like, hey, I'm about to hit the swap meet. Come with me to the swap meet so I can show you how I get down, right? I can show you how I'm making money in this business. So I'm like, I'm down. I went there, and it's crazy, right? He took me to the swap meet. Long story short, he took me to the swap meet, and he let me buy profitable items that he knew were profitable, right? He could have bought the items. He knew they were profitable. We're both scanning them, but he let me buy them. So I was appreciative of that. I really learned the game, how to hustle, how to haggle. That man's nice with it. Still better to me to this day at haggling and getting prices lower, but I definitely learned some game from him. So I'm learning the thrifting, right? I take that information, I start thrifting on my own. I started hitting the Goodwills and the Savers, right? That's the kind of thrift stores I have in my area. I don't know what you have in your areas, but that's what I started. I started listing products used on Amazon. And just so you know, the thrift and the used market, it's actually a great market to be in, just because the profits are so high. The only thing is, with today's day and age with Amazon, I'm not sure if that's a good route to go. I prefer new products on Amazon and not used, but you can still sell used on Amazon. So I'm learning the thrift, and I did that for an entire year, right? Working at Walmart, doing Amazon, still in MLM. I'm still running my vending machine business, but I'm working this Amazon business, right? It's my new baby. It's a new thing I'm learning. Everything else I've been doing for a while, so I'm working it, and it's great. Hold on a second. I guess you didn't need to see that video the entire time because you're watching me now, but I'm learning it, right? I'm learning it, and it's great, and I'm loving it. Right, so I go 1 year with Amazon and all the other stuff going on. In my first year at Amazon, we did $14,000 in sales, me and my older brother, right? He partnered up with me. And you know, for a brand new business for us, that was crazy. That was like half the income that we make at a job at the time. So we're like, yo, this is dope, right? And in year 2, unfortunately, in year 2, I actually got fired from Walmart. Just because, you know, we didn't agree on what time I should show up to work. They wanted me there at 5, I wanted to be there at 9, I don't know. I guess that just didn't work out. But I actually got fired in year 2 of doing Amazon. And in year 2, we're still thrifting, right? We're learning video games now and electronics. And we actually did $21,000 in year 2. And that was great. We beat our last year's goal, right? We did 14 year 1, 20,000 year 2. So we're jacked, right? As you should be, right? You started a business with $0. We actually started with about $500, and we turned that into $21,000 in sales, right? And in 2 years, we did $34,000 in sales. So we're jacked, right? I'm fired from Walmart, but don't worry. a new opportunity did present itself before I got fired from Walmart, which I'll get into, but let me just continue down this journey of Amazon, because it's all my stuff is mixed together. I'm in year 2. I learned a lot from Chaz and his Side Hustle Network, right? They do a lot of free information, give away free information. So I'm learning from them, doing research, watching all his YouTube. I joined his Facebook page, and I'm learning from him. I'm also learning from another gentleman by the name of Reezy Resells, right? He sells a lot of books on Amazon, or at least at the time he did a lot of books. And I was learning from him too. It's just different methods and different ideologies on how to do the business, right? Because Amazon can be run many different ways. There's no 100% perfect way. So I'm learning from him. I'm still learning from Vince, who I got the face-to-face. He's a friend of mine. I don't really know Chaz and Reezy Resells, but I know him through social media, so that's good enough for me. And that's where I took some time. I just did research and more research and more research, and just learn from these individuals. Maybe I can't meet them face to face, I don't have the opportunity, but I can learn from them, build their business, and get inspired, right? So in year 2, I did that, right? I was just a student to the game, and I learned. Like I said, I did have another opportunity to present itself. So in year 3, me and my brother actually fell off in the business because this new opportunity kind of got in the way. We kind of made excuses that we were too busy with the new opportunity to deal with Amazon. We can't source, we don't have time. Every excuse in the book to not do it. So in year 3, we actually quit Amazon, right? Surprise, surprise. So we went from $21,000 in sales to $0 in sales in year 3. I'm still connected with all these different Amazon sellers and people in the game, so I'm still watching their content, right? I haven't forgot about Amazon, but the new opportunity actually did present itself, and that takes you back to year 1 at Walmart, right, where I'm just learning the game of Amazon. And one day on my way home from work, I was driving home and I noticed a car that looked familiar. And it turns out that it was one of my friends that I knew, and I had actually spoke to him for about 2 years, right? I knew he was in the business and he was doing something. We talked on and off within the 2 years, but we haven't really spoken, and I just saw him, so I followed him, right? I don't recommend that, just following people home, but I followed him. And he noticed I was following him. He didn't know I had a new car, so he was like, who's following me? So he pulls over, and I pull up next to him, and I'm like, yo, what's up, man? And it turns out it was my friend Drew Zeller, who's actually my business partner in DNR Electronics. That's the first time I talked to him in 2 years. And we're just chatting, saying what we got going on. I'm telling him I'm pumping myself up. I got the vending machines, I got the Amazon, I'm working at the Walmart facility, I'm making money, what are you doing? And he's like, yo, I got my cell phone repair company. As you know, we're about 3 years in, and actually we're starting a franchise. We just franchised our first store. And I was like, word, that's crazy, right? And we chit-chatted for like 2 hours, and then I went home. 2 days later, Drew hits me up on Instagram, was like, hey, you know what? We just had that talk. You were talking all about the businesses and the business you have. I'm looking for driven people, and you seem like you have the right business mindset. Let's sit down and let's see if a franchise is right for you, right? I'm looking to franchise, and I want people that have drive. And at first, didn't even respond. I was like, I'm good, right? And I don't know if you guys learned this from me yet, but don't be like me. Don't not be open, right? In MLM, I was in MLM, and in MLM we teach people to be open like a book to new opportunity, but I was semi-closed. My door was cracked, right? It wasn't fully open, but it was cracked. So things got in, but I would always say no first. Like, nah, I'm good, I think I'm too good for it, or whatever. You saw it with Amazon, and then you're seeing it with this new business, this new opportunity that's been presented to me. And I was like, nah, I'm good. He hits me with a text. Boom. Texts me, and I was like, yo, this man is serious, right? This is the next day. And I was like, you know what? Let me meet up with them. Let me see what the opportunity that he has for me. So I hit up my buddy Alex, Alex from the first video. He's my boy. So I was like, hey, I got this opportunity. You put me on MLM. Let me try to put you on, and what's going on here. So I bring out my boy Alex. We go meet up with Drew. Drew hits us with the pitch, right? He was like, hey, we're trying to franchise DNR Electronics cell phone repair. Cell phone repair is a big industry right now. Everybody has a cell phone. Here's the price. Here's how much we sell. Here's how we do it. This is how we break it down. This is what you get. And, this is how you get involved. And he just broke it down for us. And I was jacked, bro. I was excited. I was like, yo, I'm going to do this. And I did, right? it wasn't as simple as like, boom, I just signed right there, but I did some research. I talked to a couple people, and I got started, right? I got started with Drew. I franchised my first store in Redlands. Unfortunately, Alex didn't want to do the deal, but I decided to do it, and I franchised my first store in Redlands. That takes us to part 4 of the video, right? Tune into part 4 so you can see how I navigated D&R Electronics, you know, what I learned, who I met, and the opportunity that it presented for me, and how I navigated all that with the Amazon FBA. Because like I said, I started D&R within a year of doing Amazon, and I still had the vending machines, and I was still working at Walmart. So tune in to part 4 and see how I handled all that, and see how I got to where I am today, right? Part 4 is going to be the last installment of the entrepreneurial journey, so stay tuned. And again, it's your boy Jordan, Mr. Pull the Trigger Bang Bang. Please don't forget the bang bang. Signing out.